Right, hello students. Yesterday we have seen what do you mean by structures, right? So, and what do you mean by a structure? Structure is going to be a collection of heterogeneous data items, and we have seen how to declare a structure. We have seen three methods. What are they? Variable, tagged, and typedef, right? And we have seen how to initialize your structure, and we have seen one simple program. And we have seen that we will not able to do any operations on the structure, but we can copy one structure variable to another structure variable of the same type. And then we have seen one example, right? Now we'll see one more example so that you will be more familiar with the structures, right? So here I have hash include stdio.h header file, struct the name. So here the name refers to the tag name. Why we are having a tag name? Because if I have one more structure, then there is a confusion which structure I am referring, right? So here for the student I am giving the tag name to identify the structure, and these are all going to be my members. And at the end of this structure declaration I should have a semicolon. Before this semicolon I can also have my variables. If you are not declaring your variables here, then in the main I can declare it like this, right? So how I have to declare the variables? For example, if you want to declare an integer variable, you will write it as int a, right? But here we have declared a structure. So struct is a keyword, and this is going to be the tag name for which structure I am going to create a variable, right? So struct student and stu. If I have more than one structure, this name used to identify my particular structure, right? Now stu dot student name. Already I told you, if I want to access the members in the structure, then I need to use what? Member variable dot operator followed by the member, right? So structure variable dot followed by the member name equal to, I can directly assign the value, right? Similarly id, similarly the age, right? So here printf student information, I am printing the student information as usual. So this is going to be the string, this is going to be an id, this is also going to be an id. So just I can use it in the normal way how we can print the other variables. So how I am referring the variable member variable? By using the structure variable dot the members. Is that clear? Right. Now we will see one more program. Write a program to add two distances in inch feet, right? So I have two distances. The distances are given in terms of feet and inch. Now I need to add these two values. So generally if you want to add a distance that is being represented with feet and inch, what you will do? You have to add feet separately and you have to add inch separately, right? So I am going to declare a structure where I am going to declare two things. One is going to be the feet and another one is going to be an inch. So if you want, you can make both the things to be float, no problem, right? Just to differentiate, I have used one into another float, right? If you want, you can make both your feet and inch to be feet and inch to be float, right? Now, so here I have declared an structure variable struct distance. Distance is nothing but the name of the structure. d1, d2 sum. Here these are all going to be my structure variables. These are all going to be my structure variables. Now when you see here I have not declared the variable here. Yes or no? Here I have not declared the variable. Here also you can declare it. How you can declare it? d1, d2, sum. Is that clear? You can also do like this separately, right? It is not necessary that if I am not declaring here, then I should declare it once inside my main. It's not like that. I can declare it inside my main, I can declare it outside, whichever is comfortable for you, you can do it. Is that clear? Right. Now printf, enter the information of first distance. Right, so I am going to read my first distance. So %d, right? So ampersand d1 dot feet. I am reading the feet value for D1. Already I told you D1 will have feet and inch, D2 will have feet and inch, and sum again I am going to have feet and inch, right? So these two values I am going to read it for D1. Similarly, these two values I am going to do it for D2, right? Then I am adding what? Feet and feet together. Which two feet I am adding? The feet that is present or represented by D1 and the feet that is being represented by D2. Similarly, D1 dot inch plus T2 dot inch, right? If inch is greater than 12, right, then you need to add 1 to your feet, right? So I need to add 1 to the feet if it is greater than 12. So I am checking whether inch is greater than 12. If inch is greater than 12, then I am subtracting the 12 and adding 1 to the feet. Is that clear? Right. The sum of the distances. Just I am printing the sum of the distances, right? How I am printing? Percentage D the feet and percentage F inch. So sum dot feet and sum dot inch return 0. Is that clear? Right. And this is the output we have got. So 15 plus 8.6. So I will add 15 and 17 together and 8.6 and 7.1. So when I add 8.6 plus 7.1, I am getting what? 15.7. So I am subtracting the 12 from it. So it is going to be what? 3.7. So I have written 3.7 inch. And when I add 15 plus 17, it is going to be 32. I have added one more thing from inch. So it is going to be 33. Clear? Right. Next one, we'll move on to nesting of structures. Right. So what do you mean by nesting of structures? Nested if you have already seen. What is nested if? Inside the if I can place one more if, right? So nested structures means inside the structure I can place one more structure, right? So a structure can be placed within another structure. A structure can contain other structure as its members. Because if it is inside a structure, then it becomes a member, right? Now, structure within a structure is known as a nesting of structures. So we'll see one example. Here for your understanding, I have written struct outer. So this is an outer structure. Within this structure only I have got my inner structure. So in the outer I have two variables. In addition to it I have got one more variable of type structure, right? So for this I am creating a variable here, inner variable in where. Similarly for outer also I can create one more variable, right? So here the structure is present inside the another structure. Is that clear? So this you will call it as a nesting of structures. So here this structure is also going to be the member for this particular structure. Clear? So this outer structure has got two variables and this inner structure has got two variables, in1, in2. Clear? Right. So here int main. So here I am declaring the variable for my structure outer. So struct outer variable. So here just to understand that it is a variable I have used outwhere, right? And outer is going to be the tag name, right? So this is a structure variable. Now if I want to access the member that is present inside this particular structure, how I have to do? Structure variable dot member. So what are all the members I have got it here? I have got two members, out1, out2. So I am accessing out1, out2, right? Now one more member I have got. What is that member? It is going to be another structure, right? So how I have to access that particular structure? Outer variable dot, this is a structure. So again I have to use what? Structure variable dot the member that is present inside this particular structure. Clear? So this entire thing is going to be the, sorry, if I write then you will be confused. right? So this entire thing is going to be the member. So how I am accessing this in1 with the variable, structure variable dot in1. Why I have used a structure variable? Because it is going to, this member is going to be the structure. So I need a variable. So variable dot in1. And this is present in which variable? This variable. So this variable dot this variable dot this member function. Is that clear? Right. So this is nothing but what? This is a variable of outer structure, variable of inner structure, and then the member that is present inside the inner structure. Is that clear? So how many structures you want to add? You can add. See, inside this also I can have one more structure. So how will you access that particular member? Outer dot inner dot that particular variable dot the member. Right? So it keeps on going like this. Right? It must be noted that an innermost member in a nested structure can be accessed by chaining all the concerned structure variables from the outermost to the innermost with the member using dot operator. That is what we have seen here. Outer dot inner, if I have one more structure, then that particular variable dot member. Is that clear? I have only one inner structure. So outer variable dot inner variable dot the member. Clear? Right. Next we'll move on to array of structures. Right? So what do you mean by array of structures? There can be arrays of basic types, such as you already know, int a of 10. That means what? It is going to be an array, integer array of size 10. Right? So here also I can have array of structure. So that is means what? Array of integers means I am going to have each element of type integer. Array of structures means what? In that array, all the elements are going to be of type structures. Is that clear? Right? So int a of 10 means it's nothing but a is going to be of type integer and array type, and it is going to have 10 elements. Similarly here I am going to have an array and all the elements is not going to be of integer type, it is going to be of structure type. Is that clear? Then you call that to be array of structures. Right? Now what is the syntax for that? Struct, again I told you, it is a tag name used to name the structure, and then it is a usual way of writing a structure. Right? Here you will write the structure variable. If you use a square brackets and if you specify the index, then it is nothing but an array of structure. Is that clear? Till now we have seen what? We have seen all these things, and here you will write just only the structure variable. Then you have only one variable for your structure. But here I am going to have an array and all the elements in the array is going to be of type structure. Is that clear? Right. So here also I can declare like this: struct, tag name, structure variable of index. Either I can declare it at the end of the structure or else I can declare it like this. Right? Now we will see one example using array of structures. Right? Now hash include stdio.h. I have declared a structure here, struct student. Again I am telling you, see every time I am repeating this because you should not get confused with the tag name and the variable. So this you will call it as a tag name. Right? This is not here, this I am not going to use anywhere other than creating the variables. Right? This is only the actual structure variable. And these are all going to be the members. See, this I have got an array, character array inside my structure. Right? We have already used this. So it's a character array inside the structure, and this is what here it is going to be an array of structures. How you will write int a of 10? Instead of int, I am declaring that it is going to be of structure. So s of 10. So here I am going to have an array of structures. Each element in an array is of type structure, right? Now we will see how to access the array. How we will do normally, in the same way you are going to do it here, right? So int I, this is for looping. Printf enter the 10 student information because I have got only 10 elements in an array. For I is equal to 0. Since its array index starts from 0, here I am starting from I is equal to 0. If you want, you can write I is equal to 1, and then here you can write I is less than or equal to 10, right? So I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, and printf enter the dash student. So here I cannot write 0th student. So here I am writing as 0 plus 1th student, right? So enter the first student details. This 1 is not referring to the array index. Here this refers to the array index, but here it refers to the actual first student, second student, third student. Even though the first student value is stored under your array value 0, it is only referring to the first student, right? Right. And then printf enter id, name, percentage. Right, so don't get confused here. This is an array index and this is the student. You cannot write enter 0th student details. To avoid that confusion, I have made it here I plus 1. Right, so whenever I am printing, I will write it as 0 plus 1, 1 will be printed. But I value is not going to be changed and nothing will be changed. Array index still starts from 0 only. Understood? Right. And then enter id, name, and percentage. So I am reading all the values. Already I told you in the scanf there won't be any difference. Like how we are reading your normal value, the same way you have to read your structure variable, right? But here, since I have got an array here, so I am using what? Ampersand, right? Which structure I am going to use it? First structure, the 0th. So s of I dot id. Generally you will write what? Suppose if I have just s, then I will write s dot this. So here I have got an array, so I have to write s of I dot id. Similarly s of I dot name. Right, so structure variable. Here the structure variable is going to be an array of structure, so I need to mention an index. So s of I is nothing but an index dot id. Similarly s of I dot name. Right, so everything I have read. I am reading it for 10 students, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After reading the 10 elements student details, I am going to print it. Again, in printing the information, since the array index starts from 0, I have written 0. While printing also, what you can do, you can just write it as I plus 1 when you are printing the number and record of this particular student. First student, second student, 10th student, right? Right. So just I have printed. When I am printing here, again I have to use s of I dot id, right? This particular structure variable dot id, this particular structure variable dot name. Clear? Right. Next one, initializing array of structures. Now have you understood this program? Here it is nothing but array of structures. Generally, if you want to access an array element, for example, if I have int a of 10, if I want to access an array element, then I will write it as a of 0, a of 1. Right? The same thing we have done here. Here it is an array of structures. So I have used s of I. In that particular thing, I want to refer id. So I have written s of I dot id. Remaining all is going to be the same like your previous program, right? How to read the structure variable, how to print the structure variable. Except one difference here. Here we have used array of structures, right? Now, we'll move on to initializing array of structures. So, how to initialize your array? we have already seen in the first class how to initialize your array, right? There are so many initializations you have. Since I have got a structure here, how to initialize my array? So for example, when you take struct student s of 3. So here struct is a keyword, student is a tag name, and this is going to be an array of structures. So here I have written 3. So I need to have 3 structure variables, and each structure has got what? 2 members, ID and name. So just I can do like this, the initialization, right? So one command, the name's ID, one is an integer, another one is going to be the name, right? So for each structure I have got a curly braces, then comma, and then again a curly braces, comma, then, and finally I have one curly braces here and one curly braces here. Is that clear? All together, right? This is like a usual array initialization, right? And next we'll move on to structures and functions. So today we have seen what? We have seen some examples, and then we have moved on to array of structures, right? And next we have already studied array. So if I want to implement this by combining array and structure, that is going to be an array of structures, and then using the array inside the structure, that also we have seen. This is using the array inside the structure, that is easy, right? So this is an array of structure, this is using an array inside the structure, right? Structure as a member, array as a member in the structure. Clear? Right. Now we'll move on to structure and functions, right? So already we have seen function. So in the function, if I want to pass a structure, right, or if I want to return a structure from a function, I should know the syntax. We have already seen how to return or how to pass an int value to a function, how to pass float, what will be the return type of your function, right? How to pass an array to a function, right? So here we'll see how to pass a structure to a function, or how the function returns a structure. So this is going to be the syntax for it. Struct, the tag name, right? So generally you will write int, but instead of int, what I have to write? Struct. But here I should know which structure it is returning. So I need a tag name, right? So the function name, and here it can also take the variable of type structure. So again I need to pass a variable. This variable is of what type? Again is of type structure. But what structure I am using? That name I can understand from it, tag name. Is that clear? Right. See, it is not necessary that always the function should have the return type as well as an argument to be structure, right? The function can either receive the argument as structure, but it need not return a structure. Sometimes it may not accept any argument, but it will return the structure, right? So that we'll see with the help of the programs, then you can able to understand, right? Right. So we'll see one small program where I am going to use the function, right, where the structure is passed to a function but it returns nothing. I am passing the structure to the function, but it is not going to return anything, right? It's not, this is a syntax. It's not necessary that always if it is accepting structure variable, it should return a structure variable. Already we have seen void function int. The function may take integer arguments, but it may not return anything, right? The same thing happens here. It may take structure, but it may not return a structure, right? So hash include stdio.h. Here I am declaring the structure sample. This is a tag name and this is a variable, right? So here I have got 3 members, h, in and f, right? Now this is a function declaration, right? So it's a return type, name of the function, and here I am telling the compiler or the caller how to call this particular function show. How to call? By passing the argument as a type structure. And what type I need to pass? Of type sample, Is that clear? This is a structure, but which structure I need to pass, that I can identify with the help of the tag name called sample, right? Now in the main program I have got record of student, int main, in the main, right? So printf, enter CHINF values. So I have got percentage since character %C, int %D, float %F, and I have read all the values. You know, reading the member variables is going to be the same thing. So ampersand, instead of just A, we have written what? The structure variable dot member, structure variable dot member, right? Don't forget this. S is my structure variable, right? So S is my structure variable dot member, structure variable dot member, structure variable dot member, right? That is what we have written here, structure variable dot member, right? And then I am calling the function. So what is my function? Show. And what I am passing here? I am passing the structure variable, right? Whenever you pass a structure variable to a function, it is being passed as a call by value. So here the members will be just copied to the variable that is being used in the function, right? So the control will be returned here. Return type is void. Name of the function is show. And here I am going to accept an argument. What is the argument here? Here T is of going to be type struct, right? And the name of the struct is going to be sample, right? And then I am printing the members. So here I am not just, the values will be copied to T. So I am just printing T.ch, T.in, T.f. Is that clear? I am then return. Here also I have got return. So the program gets over. Right? So here it takes the argument as a structure, but it returns nothing. This is also possible. Right? Now we'll see one more example where you are using a function that does not require any parameter to be passed and returns a structure. So here it takes nothing. Here it takes nothing, but it is returning what? Returning a structure. So returning a structure means I have to write keyword struct. And what type of a structure it is returning? Sample. If I have only one structure, no problem. If I have one more structure, I will get confused. To identify the structure, we need to use a tag name. Right? So here I have same structure I have taken. Let us see how this will be used. Right? Void show. Right? This is just a declaration. This is just a declaration here, right? Right, one more function I have. This function is our previous function, right? So void show struct sample, right? Now int main, here I have declared a variable s. So with s, so s is equal to read. So I am recalling the function read. Here I am not passing any argument, but it is going to return you the structure variable, right? So read void, right? And here since I am going to return a structure, I need to create one temporary variable here. So p is a temporary variable of type struct sample, and then I am reading the values from the user and I am returning the structure, right? So this structure is going to be copied here to yes, right? Next I have show. Again I am calling show of yes. So show of yes means here I am passing the structure and the show is not going to return any value. So void show, here I am passing the structure variable, right? So with this the s will be copied to t. And with this t, I am printing what are all the variables members that are available, right? Return 0. right? So here you have two things. One is not taking anything and it is returning a structure. Here it is taking a structure as an argument and it is not returning anything, right? Thank you, ma.